Hello, everyone. This is Scratch and Jack, your host for the Amazing Scale Modelers Across the Pond Hangout. Amazing Scale Modelers is a Google Plus community of scale modelers of all shapes and sizes, interests, genre levels, and skill levels who like to share their tips and tricks with one another, learn more about their craft, and celebrate one another's scale modeling achievements. Amazing Scale Modelers is perhaps the fastest growing or largest existing on the Google Plus communities of its type. We accept all refugees of modelers, paper modelers, plastic modelers, wood modelers. We even have a guy who does galleon ships, which is probably, when people think of modeling, they think of either airplanes, cars, and those galleon ships. And today we have some of our members joining us, and let's see. We do have a pretty interesting count of ship. We have 2,170. We just need another, 830 to get to 3,000. So tell your friends we need to get to 3,000 before the end of the year, or else I'm going to have a word with all of you. How you doing, folks? Let's start with my Google left to my right to left, not left to right, right to left. Let's start with Randall. How you doing?
Not too bad, Jack. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing just stupendously, I guess. Yeah.
Let's see. For my show and tell today, as you may have noticed, I finished my my Seahawk model.
Ooh! Oh, nice.
With the extra.
Oh my gosh! So cool.
Interior. Well, the ejector seat anyway. My only disappointment with this model is the decals are a wee bit on the thin side. If you can see the dark grey through the ace of spades.
Yeah.
But my own fault. I should have thought beforehand and maybe either just painted that square out or masked it off, or maybe put a square white decal underneath it or something like that. But you live and learn. What else? I'm beginning to sound like Simon Merckx there. Sorry about that. Yep.
I haven't seen Simon in a long time. But go ahead.
Working on this.
Yes, the 1,000 scale enterprise.
The Wii Prize.
Yeah.
Started this on Thursday because it was the 50th anniversary of the first airing of the show.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Funny enough, it was a Thursday back then too. Funny enough, it was a Thursday back then too. But there you go.
It was actually a Friday.
This has to be the worst seam I have ever encountered in a model. You just trowel the filler in there and blitz it with the sandpaper and hope for the best. It's my least favorite stage in modeling. Prime, sand, fill, prime. Not that order. It's fill, sand, prime, fill, sand, prime, fill, sand, prime, fill, prime. I love that stage in modeling. Oh, I love
it. Nice. I mean,
you forgot to add pray. You hope pray.
But I think it was pretty clever how they put the pylons are in two pieces and fit into a slot on the on the engineering hall. I mean, you think it's so clever, and when you really look at it, you go, "Well, it's a horrible seam." So it isn't a good idea.
But strong. Horrible seam, but strong.
But something. I've already put those pylons on backwards, which means with the tapering of the engineering hall, you can see that I put it in backwards. So it's a silly kit. It is a silly kit.
This is one I made earlier.
Oh, nice.
A lot earlier. You can tell by the dust on it.
We can't see that.
Oh yeah, it's the first pilot version, Pike's ship.
But
Yep, you're right about the scene, or you're right about the join with the pylons, because a number of times I dropped that when I was trying to paint it. The
Oh, yeah,
crew would have been,
that's the one I melted. Yeah, that's the one I melted too.
uh-huh. If the amount of times I dropped that while trying to paint it, thankfully it was
Uh-huh.
on grass, but the crew inside would have been thrown all over the place. So, well, that's if I get the current build half as good as that, I'll be happy enough. But no, I'm hoping to actually be better than that. But
Well, it is a fun kit because it's small. It's easy to do. You can do it probably in a weekend, or should say in a day.
well, I'm hoping to do it sometime by this time next week. Hopefully, I'll have it finished.
Yeah, depending on how elaborate you want to get with it.
That's it. Well, it's pretty much straight from the box build I'm going for. I'm not going to put any lights in or anything like that because life's too short.
Well, you're not putting the shuttle bay in it.
Nah. Maybe in a later build, yeah, but not this one. I mean, it's lighting these little devils is what's slowing down this.
There's not too much lighting on that. I would just happen to see on Amazon they had my favorite episodes of Star Trek, and Balance of Terror was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it was the new CGI version.
Oh yeah.
I don't think the model and the original cuts were lit at all. I think it was just a model.
From what I remember reading, the model did come with lights, but apparently when they were filming it, they just didn't bother switching them on.
Well, yeah, because it would burn up the whole model.
Or maybe
it was like the Galaxy phone. It blew up in flames. Yes.
Yeah, blew the lights, and the first time they switched it on or something like that, you know, and then
Right.
so we have the model. Let's just film it.
Yeah, so there was I did one, and it's kicking around in the basement. It's probably gonna get thrown away eventually. I did not like that build. I just didn't like doing it. Anyway, moving on. Let's work over to Bob over here. How you doing, Bob?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Working on my Stuka.
Ah, yes. It almost looks like the Corsair. Am I saying it right? With the bent wings.
Yeah, that's the only thing it has in common with the Corsair. Let's see if I can get this to work.
Oh, there I am. Oh, never mind. Very cool.
Uh-huh.
This is I had to scratch build the seat belts.
Oh, really?
For the kit. They're made out of Mylar and masking tape.
Oh, no kidding. Uh-huh.
And here's some of the internal detail in the cockpit.
Oh, nice.
Nice level of detail in that kit.
Yeah, it is.
And it's got a little more paint on it.
Uh-huh.
There's the instrument
Looking good.
panel.
Oh, wow.
Nice
wow.
IP on that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look how small. And well done.
And that's so yeah, that's last pictures I got taken, but since then I've got the wings and the tail, and I got the fuselage closed up, and then where's that little bugger? Just the bomb alone has like 8 pieces to it. I don't even know what I do with it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my shaky hands, I couldn't do that. And I just found out. I was just telling James earlier. I found out why I have shaky hands. Go ahead.
Working on the prop also. This one should be done in about a week or so. Ready to paint probably by the end of the weekend. It's a monogram kit, but it's actually a Hasegawa Reebox. A little Hasegawa kit. It's not bad. The fit has been great on it. The only filler I've needed so far has been on the back sides of the prop. had some sink marks in it. Otherwise, the wing roots and everything are just met up perfectly. There's no filler anywhere.
Nice.
Very nice, yeah.
Even on the
I
bottom, you'll see
love kits that don't need filler.
the seams actually fit up perfectly on the bottom too. All I gotta do is sand them a little bit. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'll start on the Halloween build probably later this week.
Oh yes, I was going to be announcing that we're going to do a Halloween build. Yeah, anyhow, would that be all there, Bob? I mean,
that's all I got.
That's all you got. Oh wow, wow.
All I got.
You got to say more, because what I'm about to say about my work is going to take a minute, not even a minute. Probably in 3 words. So I got to fill up a lot of time here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to James. How you doing, James?
I'm doing fine there, Jack. Yeah, well, I've been this week mostly painting and trying to get all of my pieces all painted. Let's get some light over here. So, slowly starting to come together.
Shape there. Look at that. Yeah.
I guess
really nice.
I got some pictures here.
On its own, that looks like a science fiction speeder bike of some sort.
That's just the tail section.
And
cowling.
That's just the tail section and Randall's imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really nice. That was a nice print job you did there. And you said you really didn't have to sand much at all for the...
No.
And you told me that's 2 pieces. I guess the seam will be right down the middle. The seam will be right down the middle, right?
The seam's actually here.
Oh.
Because where the lights are, and this bottoming is 1 piece, and then the fairing itself is a 2nd piece.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Right, nice.
With this,
I think that's the passenger seat. I think that's a passenger seat.
Well, that's the backrest passenger seat on the back there, yeah. So that's coming along.
The tail lights?
Yeah. It's like this bike has got these lights as well as like an LED strip around these vents on the real bikes. So
nice.
Oop.
Oh, the parts. I like that page. Look at the parts. Yeah. Yeah, well, you're moving along pretty well with that.
Yeah.
At your normal pace.
And like last night, well, last couple of days, I got the tires, the wheels are done.
Big. So what scale is the model?
1/6.
1/6. Wow.
So I got the wheels done for the painting. The disc brakes for the front.
Wow, look at that.
Doing. The rear disc brake disc. And the rear drive. So that's where that sits right at the moment. Next up is to start painting that motor.
Well, not looking too far into the future. I mean, you're right in the middle of this build, but are you thinking about your next build? I mean, because I usually am like the beginning of a build, I think of my next build.
Yeah, I'm still debating that what I'm going to do next. I haven't really decided yet. I'll decide at the time. I'm just concentrating all my effort on getting this thing done. So
fair enough. I'm the next build I'm going to do after this one is all my kits that I have in my stash. I'm going to do them all.
You're going to do them all?
I haven't really been doing anything the past 2 weeks. We figured out what's been hampering me, and we're going to move forward and get myself well. And when I get well, I'll be able to have more energy to do more modeling. But the only thing I did was, and James witnessed it, I put 2 pieces of plastic together. I glued them together. And I'm still working on the Shelby 500. Yeah, the GT500. And I'm just working really on the chassis, at the dashboard, and the middle part where the stick shift is right there.
On the console?
I'm putting it together. Yeah, I'm putting it together. Then I'm going to cut it off the sprue. I got into the habit of working on the parts, painting them. If I can put a few parts together, I put them on. I keep them on a sprue. It keeps me from losing these parts, considering my erratic building right now. So erratic time frame that I have to build. So I leave my parts on the sprue until I'm ready to put it to a big piece like this.
The sprue makes a handy handhold. The sprue makes a handy handhold to to hold the parts while you're painting them.
Oh yeah, yeah. And when you cut it off, you only have a little dab to do on on the part that you cut off. I cut with a hobby knife, although they've got little pinchers, little snips that you can buy to cut. That's a little too many tools for me. But this is what I do in a time like now where I can't build. I paint my parts, and like the center part, the stick shift and the brake handle need to go on it still. And then when it's ready, I'll be able to cut it off and put it onto the chassis. So I already have the firewall into this chassis. It turns out there's a couple of parts on that side of the firewall that I need to put on. But that's what I've been doing. And also, I'm helping out our friend Neil, who has the Wild House Model Company, who puts out the resin kits for his imaginary sci-fi world, Hostile Realms. So I told you last time I made an order, and just yesterday, I got something to show and tell. Yesterday, I got a medical bay medical console. And I have to say, he's not shabby at all. I mean, this is nice packaging with really cool graphics on it. And I had bought the stasis pod again. Do this again and do a much better job than I did the last time. Although I do like the one I did, because that was around the beginning of when I was getting back into modeling. And I have to say his packaging is really, really professional. I haven't even opened these boxes up yet. I only got it out of the mailing box. But I'm really looking forward to building these. He's given me, even on the graphics, he's given me some ideas for my diorama. Although he does sell things for a diorama. I do believe it's like printed card. I could be wrong, but go to his website, wildhouse.com, I believe it is. Help me out, Randall, because you're British.
Yeah, I think he does bits and pieces of piping for diorama accessories and greeblies, and I think the placards and things like that are done either in decal or card. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he does quite a few things, as well as the certainly the in-house series, Dangerous Realms.
Hostile Realms.
That he's Hostile Realms. That's it. Yeah. He's actually been just building the I think it's the human warship model. He's been
right. He was able to tap Andy Probert, who had designed many of the ships in the Star Trek universe. And he did that's my next purchase. That's a pretty big model. He was showing it on the community. It's big. I think he said it's like maybe about 18, 20 inches long, doing the old imperial measure. So it's a big kit, and it's not cheap. But it's good quality, though. It's really good quality.
He scaled it with the likes of the Enterprise and things like that, 1400 scale.
The console, the console and the stasis pod are 24 scale, but the warship is 1400. Yes,
yeah.
It is a big kit. It's a big kit, and it was designed by Andy Probert, and that's so he's actually got some interesting things going on. So if you're watching, go over and check out his website and purchase a few models. He's one of our members. He's the only sponsor we have here. So we sponsor him by patronizing his shop. So y'all just go over there and buy some stuff. How you doing there, Lou? Now that you're back? Yep. Somebody dropped out.
That was Wayne. He didn't totally get in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How you doing, Lou? Or are you silenced again? I think he's silenced again.
He was having trouble getting back in.
So we're going to move
silenced again. Oh, am I back now?
You're
I
back
don't
now.
know. I think it's the Hangout that doesn't like my microphone.
Oh, well, you do have to click onto the microphone after so many people are in. Okay, you went out again.
Yeah, the microphone that's doing it.
I'm just going to put a little screaming icon up there.
Yeah.
There you are.
And
So,
now I'm
show and tell. Or not.
okay. I do have something to show. Yay!
He has 3 or 4 things to show.
Oh, wow, that's because he's retired, and he makes everybody know that. Oh, look at that. That's right.
Penguin.
That would be the, who was that?
Burgess Meredith.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. I don't know, the Danny DeVito one was pretty evil looking.
Yeah, don't even talk about that Burton stuff.
Yeah, he's coming out with a new movie, actually getting some original material out there.
Based on a book, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Sometimes I think Roald Dahl exists only to give Burton stuff for movies.
His style is pretty exhausting. It's interesting, but it's exhausting. It's so much.
Oh, you're Nautilus.
Yeah. You did post pictures on the community, did you not?
I just posted up a video this morning.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, the photo etch on this is about to knock you for a loop.
Yeah, photographs I can screen share. Videos I really don't. We don't want to sit through your videos.
No, I don't either. Not either.
I had to. You should have to.
That's true. If you did, I have to as well. Okay, I see how you are.
Hey, the microphone's still working.
Yeah, it's still working. Keep talking. Keep showing.
Usually cuts out after about 5 seconds.
Yeah, so you're enjoying
everything that's going on right now while it's still working.
Oddly enough, Lou, I'm more interested in your edition than I am so much your modeling. Believe it or not.
So am I. Haven't you know that song that they haven't done? I'm sorry, Uncle Albert, but I haven't done a bloody thing all year.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like outside. They haven't done a bloody thing all week. They've had a whole week of beautiful weather and they haven't done a bloody thing.
Yeah, we did have a good weekend anyway, weather-wise. It got back to summer in a hurry, but I think next week we're going to have fall. I don't know about you down there in North Carolina, but up here in the regions. We're going to have some cold weather coming next week. I can actually hardly wait because it's just been so hot, you know. And it's been
maybe we get back to temperate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had a lot of things going on last weekend, but if one of those things I was doing was modeling, I would have enjoyed it because it was perfect. Because it gets hot in here. And next year I'm buying an air conditioner, stick it in a window, and be able to, get at least relief from that. Speaking of air conditioner, and he doesn't need it because he's in a basement. How you doing, Dirk?
Living the dream.
Oh. What dream is that? Because mine's a nightmare.
That's what everybody tells me. It's funny.
So it's nice to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Put my old laptop back on. I don't like this lag and shadowiness that's going on. I feel like it's
your bandwidth on your internet, not your computer.
It's a bit like the old live shots we used to get from the moon landings.
Yeah. So what's going on, Dirk? Show and tell.
No, model little stuff. I still haven't I don't think I've had one completed model this year. But right now, I got into rat rods, and I'm building a rat rod here. It's a 32 Ford. So I chopped the top. I made some really big cuts in here, and I'm putting this really cool big diesel engine in it, just to make it really outrageous and extreme. Just going for like fear factor, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to extend the frame a couple inches and stuff like that, and I'm just tooling around with it, but I'm having a lot of fun.
Cool.
Made my own bomber seats. Came out pretty good.
Would
Still working on
them. Would this qualify as a rat rod? Tessa, you tell me. Yeah?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be my.
Yeah, you can make anything can be a rat rod if you want it to be.
Yeah, but this was supposed to be. Oh hell, what's his name? Shit, forget it. I'm dumb. Go ahead. I was supposed to make. We did a movie build, and it was Road Warrior. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
That's what it was. So I'll probably, since it's passed, I'm probably gonna make a hot rod out of it. That'd be kind of cool.
Cool looking hot rod. But it's the kids are back in school. Life has just been kicking my ass. I think my favorite slogan from Cheers was, "It's a dog eat dog world, and I'm wearing milk bone shorts." I come down here and I'm doing a little bit every day, but I'm not getting anything accomplished. But I did go to Jersey Fest last week or the week before that, which was a lot of fun. It's our version of Wonderfest.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I hung out with Ralph Tenaglia for a little while over at Tenant Controls. Saw some great stuff. It's always a good show.
I'd like to go to that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but you never do, you bastard.
Well, I know. I keep promising, but I will. There's a lot. You know what? I got the milk-bone shorts on right now. Okay.
I hear you. It's the logistics of it. For me, I just get up, I drive 40 minutes north. You've got a lot further to drive. You've got the logistics of having a hotel, all that stuff.
It's an 8-hour drive, and probably not that much, but yeah, you're right.
So
yeah, you're right. So maybe what they at work we have to make. This is the interesting thing is we have to like now we have to put in our vacation time between January and June, and it's September. How would we know what we need?
Right.
This past I took a week off, but it was all in the house. You know what I mean? It's just like everything gets in the way. You got. Everything gets in the way, and you got a lot of things to do. So I almost sold my motorcycle, but I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't sell it because I would not have trusted the buyer. So, you know, it's just the same thing as you're going through. I mean, you can't go to Wonderfest just like that because you've got family in the center.
Absolutely. If somebody
Yeah.
wanted me to go down to, I think there's a show in Atlanta this year. It's more of a car show. NNL South or something. I don't know what it's called, but they want to know if I was going. So they wanted to hitch a ride and room together and stuff. It's like there's just no way that I can get away from modeling to go for a whole week.
Right. But I did put in time. I am going to be putting in time for Wonderfest next year. So if by chance I'm able to go, I have the time.
Good. It's good you didn't come up here this year because this year's show, while it was a really good time, it was really mostly horror stuff. There wasn't a lot of sci-fi stuff on the table this year, which, I mean, I love sci-fi. There was, but it just wasn't fun.
Yeah, but well, perhaps I'll be, putting some of my stuff up too. Who knows? Yeah. That'll be a good reason to go.
I'm working on, for those that remembers, I brought out the Partridge Family bus. I've been working on that for a little bit.
Right, but have you ever entered anything into a contest?
No, I'm not good enough for that. Although I admit I'm tossing around the idea of either this rat rod that I just started, because this year's NNL East is Rust. So I'm thinking of this rat rod, and I'm thinking of bringing the Partridge Family bus. I'm using that as a motivation to finish, even though it's not Rust related on that one. I'm just to bring it.
Right. Well, so, I think you and I are probably in the minority, even in this chat, because everybody here just about has entered things into a contest of some sort. I know Randall has. Of course, I know Lou has, and Bob has. Maybe even Heath. Heath, how you doing, Heath?
Don't ask. This is absolutely the most stupidest thing. When I get on I get on Google the first time. I try and get on the second time. Pow! Drop.
You're coming in a little muffled too. It's hard to hear you. Actually, you're coming like you're talking underwater.
I'm on my phone. That's why.
Well, he is from down under.
Oh, he is from down under. Yeah, that's true.
Turning upside down too.
Oh, that's a view of him I didn't want to see. I can't unsee that now. Have you been doing anything in modeling wise?
Yeah, getting the paint off this sucker.
What about the Excelsior, man? We want to see that.
Yeah. What about the Excelsior?
Much on the Excelsior. It's just,
which I think the new one was released today. I think it's out.
Oh, is it?
I believe it's available. I got to go check it out, but I heard it's available.
Oh, you're gonna get one?
I already have an original one, but I'm thinking of getting the new one because it comes with better decals and everything. And then I'm going to use the original one just for like kit bashing and stuff like that. I've been collecting a whole bunch of half-built or pre-built ships that are years and years old, just so I can harvest the parts. It's cheaper than buying the old kits. So I figure I can.
I've been putting off this Enzo for a while. So I'm going to be building that until the weather clears up. And then I can get on with doing the Excelsior. I apologize. I mean, my daughter's been sick. I mean, my daughter was sick today, otherwise I would have done it today. And my daughter's been sick, and we lost our family pet. So my family pet. My mom really hasn't been got this, so I did this. So.
Yeah.
Just, and now with the computer.
Your daughter was sick a couple of weeks ago too. She's still struggling with all this.
And that front, she's fine. She's not so cold or anything like that now. But what happened was someone ate a little too much. So someone might have a plug.
Well, that's part of the hobby as life gets in the way. And, so you just do your best to get something done.
I just sit down and anything to serve me, do my kit. Any luck gets in the way, that comes first.
Well, I just want to say, any one of you that are watching right now and like to join us, you're more than welcome to. Just I am me at Scratch and Jack, and we'll get you in because, you know, we can talk about models. And do, of course, show and tell. This is probably one of the best show and probably the cleanest, the most rated G show and tells I've ever come across. But really, I brought that up. Contests. What do we have to look out for when we enter a contest? Let's start with you, Bob.
Okay. This is planning to be a contest model here.
Right. So what makes a contest model?
You spend a little extra time on it, trying to talk about making the seams perfect. If you're going to win, I mean, my philosophy is I just take the models to show, and if people enjoy looking at them, that's great. If I get a medal part or an award, that's bonus. If it doesn't, that's fine too. But in the contest, for the judging, they're looking for the things like going over and above the normal.
Right.
Just slap it together.
Right.
They're going to look at your seam work. They're going to look at your paint. If you don't want any smudges on your canopies or ill-fitting parts, you just got to go be a little more tedious with them.
Right.
And then and say I go with no expectation of winning anything, just showing my models. And if I do win, that's an award or get a recognition. That's just bonus.
Yeah. Well, that would be a good attitude to have because it wouldn't be considered a contact sport.
But everything be clean and nice and
just clean and nice. Make doing your best. That's if you want to enter a particular kit in. Does it matter? Does it matter what genre?
No, they're all pretty much the same. I mean, right now I wouldn't want to enter this one, but because it's all in pieces. But
right,
eventually it'll get redone.
Right.
Not quite season.
Some shows are car only, or like Wonderfest. It's pretty much sci-fi only, fantasy only. Then you get other shows that are amp shows that are almost completely armor.
Yeah.
Or then there's general IPMS shows that are everything. They have categories for everything, including dioramas.
Oh, yeah, dioramas would be of sorts. How about you, Lou? You've done a few and won a few even. Yep. Derek kicked out again. Why is it just you it kicks out? Why is that?
He's frozen up?
No, well, I don't know.
His audio's kicked out.
But I can't hear him.
His head's not moving at all either.
Yeah.
Either he's stuck or he's asleep. There he goes. There's his head move.
Well, maybe next time I'm going to go hunting for it would be a list of contests. I'm sure there's a list somewhere, and I'm sure some of these.
You go to the IPMS website. There's some listed there.
Right, but there are contests that are not IPMS.
Yeah, sure. Various local club things.
Yeah, IMPS will list all of the look at all the different contests that are going that are sanctioned by them. You just look in your region, and they'll show the ones that are in your region. Right. How about you, Randall? You've done some.
Yeah, I've done a few. Mostly the aviation society that I'm in, so it's pretty much limited to aircraft models. I've won a few of the top prizes, which essentially a cup that you have your sleeves on it. This year I'm entering, or hope to enter, this one.
Ooh.
Nice. Which I haven't started yet, but I have all the pieces there just ready to go. That has to be done for December. I think first week of December.
Huh.
Also, there are IPMS contests that are held here in Dublin, and although I'm not an IPMS member, the Irish are pretty loose with it. So if you pay your registration fee, you can enter your model. And last May, I entered my Thunderbird 1 model and managed to get a gold medal for it. So I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, it's Thunderbirds.
Yeah. Especially
what kind of fees are we?
Sorry.
What kind of fees are we looking at?
I think it was about €15 or something like that. Or
maybe about $20. About $20. Yeah.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah. Same thing, Bob.
Yeah, normally it's like $5 to get into the show, and then $5 to $7 to enter like 3 models, and then they charge you like $1 or $2 for each additional model you enter.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
I spend way more money in the vendor room than I ever do show models.
Yeah, would not be the case.
Yeah.
So that's another thing too. You know what? If I go to Wonderfest or even to Jersey Fest, it would be like take a bundle of money because it's going to be pissed away real easy.
You're absolutely going to need it.
Do you think it would be wise to have a budget and not stick with it?
You know how they used to have the Christmas clubs at the banks for Christmas?
Yes.
That's need for Wonderfest or Jersey Fest because especially Wonderfest and Jersey Fest compared to other shows, most of it is a lot of garage, lack of a better word, garage kits. I mean, Luke can speak because he goes to Wonderfest all the time. It's not your off the shelf stuff, your mass produced stuff. So these are knockoffs that these guys make in very low number, and it's just expensive, man. It really is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, even though it's expensive, you could still get some really good deals. But it's still going to be expensive.
Sure. Oh, sure, because they have to, spend a booth fee, so to speak, and they're going to make it up somehow.
I think well, but I'm sure those guys that go into there walk out with making up for that. But,
Well, yeah, I gotta go to a show to see what it's like.
You got to be aware too, because I've found that there are also people there that a lot of times you're gonna get people that give you show prices, so you get a little bit better of a deal than you do if you got them every other day on their website. But there are also people there that'll have kits and that they're not giving you any breaks because this is the rare kit. You've never seen this before, and I'm talking like when somebody has just an old styrene kit, it's not produced anymore, so they're trying to you got to be careful. That's all. You got to know what you're looking for when you go. You have to know what you want to spend, what it's going for normally. You got to gauge that kind of thing.
Well, sure. You're not going to go for like if somebody had a common AMT kit, you're not going to spend $100 for it.
But there are people that are asking for that kind of price for those kind of kits.
Yeah.
Like there was example, and I'm not saying this person's wrong. Don't misunderstand me, but there was a person that had an original. I think it was Horizon made it. I forget who. But what it was is a figure kit of the Thing from the first movie, the very first black and white movie, not the first color movie, with
Kurt Russell,
James Arness. That's the Thing,
right? That one. They had that figure incomplete. The figure itself was complete, just glued together, no base, no nothing, no box, and they wanted a little over $150 for it.
Huh.
Is it worth it? Well, you know what? I've seen that they made this kit before, and again, mass-produced kit, so to speak. But I've never actually seen one in person. It's the first one I'd ever seen. Is it worth it? Depends on the person.
I guess what you're saying is buyer beware, and also whatever you think you can handle.
Yeah, you just got to, you got to know what you're up to spending for. You know what I mean? Is it worth it or not? I mean, I've gone overboard sometimes. I think it was probably last year. I don't know if it was worth it or not, but I found a resin DRD from the show Farscape. It's like 1/3 or 2/3 scale of the original. Really cool piece, but it's really just a resin shell with a couple extensions for the eye stalks. I paid like 60 some odd bucks for it. I'd never seen the kit before. I really love the show, so here, take my money, please. I gotta have it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice to be in that realm where you say, "Here's my money, take it, please."
The nice thing about buying garage kits at Wonderfest is it's right in front of you. You don't have to pay for shipping, and all the parts you can check out the quality of the parts while you're there with the manufacturer. And if you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. And it's to me worth the savings just in the time, because I've ordered kits from people and have waited years for them. And here it's already done. It's in the box. You can take it home and you're there.
The other part of it too is that, like, I know I surf the web constantly looking for things, and I'll stumble across websites of these garage kit people. And again, I hope I'm not insulting them by calling garage kit people, but I guess that's the best term I can come up with.
Well, it's a time to say they're not a big manufacturer. Yes.
Right. But anyway. And you look at the product online, and looking at online doesn't really give you a good perspective. And then you attach that to the price tag that they want, and you're like, are they out of their effing mind? But then you do shows, and then you run across the people in person, and then you can actually, like Lou said, you can pick it up, you can look at it, and you see the quality. You get to know the person by talking to them, because usually these guys will talk to you. I mean, they're not. Very rarely have I come across one that just looks down at you and goes, "You want it? This is the price. Take it or leave it." They'll talk to you, and they'll spend hours talking.
A lot of them are proud. A lot of them are proud of their product. They want to show it off.
Absolutely. So then it's funny, because then I've walked away from shows that maybe I didn't buy anything at the show, but I've gone back and I bought something from them online now, because I feel comfortable about knowing who they are, stuff like that. Because that always concerns me about people taking your money and because there's no way to track them. It's just a website that they just never send you something, I'd be lucky enough to learn from that. So, again, it's. I think most of us have had very, very good experiences dealing with people online. But every now and then you'll find a story that somebody got burned.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've come across a couple people, particularly in the beginning of this community, who've been burned pretty badly, both having produced things and having been a customer too, with all the promises that garage kit makers provide. Yeah, I've always wondered, though, from that point is, from what you're saying, Lou, is you made an order, you paid for the order, and they don't deliver, then what? What's your recourse, if any?
Or they say it's coming. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. We can all grow old before that happens.
I see. So basically, you're saying that in a show like that, yeah, you are. You're sure to get what you're going to get, and you know what you're going to get, and you're saying it's going to be cheaper without the shipping, and you have it.
Yeah, that's a lot of those resin kits are
something like Heath ran across a couple of years ago, where he ordered something and they get him a box of empty sprues. That was pretty fricked up, man.
Yeah,
that was really low.
Yeah, he paid a lot of money for a lot of sprues.
They actually took his money, and to add insult to injury, they sent him an empty box of empty sprues. That was just bad.
Yeah.
Of course, I can help things that when I sent him something, we did a kit swap, and I sent him a little bit larger of a box, and to keep the smaller box, the item inside, from bouncing around, I filled it with empty sprues.
Yeah, like stirring the pot. Yeah.
So you gave him a heart attack when he opened it. Nice.
It was a porn cube kit.
To be honest with you, and
It was a porn cube kit.
I understood what that meant. I think I said it to him later, but I think I said to him, "Do you like the Batwing kit I sent you?"
I should have taken a picture of it. Just recently, Well, we got some things going on in this basement too. We're going to be trying to make room for a new washer and dryer. So here I did my part because my little corner where I used to broadcast from, where I used to build my models down in the basement, is all there's all kinds of crap there now. It's filled with all kinds of crap. And I thought, well, I can't get from point A to point B across that space because most of the things that were there were empty boxes with sprues. And I put the sprues in blue bags for recycling, and I put flatten the boxes out and put them into like a moving box. That moving box was probably 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. It was huge. Filled the damn thing with model kit boxes flattened. And I had a lot of kits down there that I had opened and used, and I'm just saying, it's just there was a lot of trash that I had to get rid of. And boy, I feel so much better. You guys have a problem with accumulation of sprues and boxes?
No, I thought it was spruce straight out. For some reason, I want to save the instructions, even though I don't use them.
Well, I think the instructions would be easier to store than a box, an empty box with sprues.
Sometimes, if I like the artwork, I'll cut the top of the box off and file it somewhere. But I don't save the box.
Well, you got a point there, but you know, I'm having the same problem. I'm having the same situation evolving. Oh gosh, come on, Jack. Okay,
I usually find I keep
under my table here. I got all kinds of fun stuff going on. I got to get rid of. These are all empty. That's my computer. So, and it's starting to develop here on the side too, where my trash can is. That's a box of paints right there to the right.
Mm-hmm.
This is an air conditioner filter. And a box of paints with some styrene. There's my empty tank box there. There's my motorcycle box. So yeah, it's starting to happen up here too. I'm just a slob, I guess.
I find
When I finish the kit, I'll go through the sprues and see if there's any sparks I want to save for future builds, and then box everything just goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why it's too late for me. I can't throw in the trash can or get rid of it, but I guess
I usually keep the older boxes if they're the lidded variety like this. Because there are a few kits out there, manufacturers like Revell, that have these end opening boxes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
You can't put half finished parts back into one of these boxes. So I keep the lidded boxes so I can set things into. And,
yeah, Revell Germany does that. They make a tubular box that you can't, it flattens nicely, but you can't keep parts in it like you're saying.
Yeah, but as said, like Lou, if it's nice artwork, I'd keep that bit, but everything else gets trashed.
Yeah, like this is a Revell of Germany kit, and it's just opens and it's like this. It's not like a lid like you're showing.
Yeah.
This is not gonna got this one. You know what? I already cut the windows out of this. I'm actually ready to start working on light blocking and putting the wires in it, but I got caught up with another build. These starships take forever. I have the photo etch. I have everything for it. I think I even have a new decal sheet for it. Pretty sure I do. And I'm not doing it. Boy, the modeling lifestyle sucks sometimes when you got life interfering with you. But one of these days, I'll keep my promise there, Dirk, and you're gonna have to deal with my ugly mug and live, not on a video. And I will, because Jersey's not that far away. I mean, it's all downhill to Jersey.
That'll be fun. I think you have a really good time.
And the thing that I want to experience is having my gas pumped for me, because I think you're like the only state in the union that the state requires somebody else to pump the gas for you. So don't come to Pennsylvania because you have to pump your own gas. You have to get out wet, when it's wet, snowy, cold, hot.
All self-serve. Yeah.
See, that totally dismayed him. He fell off his chair. Look at that. Oh, he got back in his chair. Now, I do want to experience that because in my whole adult life, when I was a kid, there was such a thing as fill service at the gas station. But as an adult, I never experienced that.
It's nothing big. It's nothing.
Well, that's the only treat I'm going to have when I go to New Jersey, besides you,
Aww. I'm blushing.
Yeah, I think we can put a few beers away and get dangerous. I'm sure that's. I know that's what's going to happen. I know that's what's going to happen. We're going to put a few beers away and we're going to get dangerous. I'm actually a happy drunk, so I'm the same, pretty much the same way.
So am I.
What's that?
No, I think it'd be a good time. And what makes it even more fun, normally I've been going all these years to all the shows in my area, and I'm lucky to be in an area where there are
a lot,
3 major shows a year that I can go to, which is a lot in some areas, and they're big. But I've always gone alone, and just recently I got a friend of mine interested, and he's more of a car guy, but he's been having a lot of fun with it, and I took him to Jersey Fest this year, and even though he's just a car guy, he was totally blown away by the stuff he saw there. Yeah. And it is actually fun to watch it go to the show, having been there time and time again now, and see through his eyes, because he was just like blown away by the stuff he was seeing. It was just so cool.
Yeah. Taking a virgin to a place like that is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I always like loving seeing what other people do.
The type of person I am is I go and see and leave. I don't linger. But from what you're telling me, Lou and Dirk, that you can actually have conversations for hours. Yeah. I'm not so sure I would like. I have conversations for a living, so.
You get conversations with the people that you bump into, just pure strangers. You may bump shoulder to shoulder. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. And then hold on a second, and then you're talking, and you get to know them, and they have the interest in the same kit you do, and it just spawns these conversations. And
you'd be surprised how many conversations start over T-shirts.
Sure, anything. The other thing is it's really cool, and I haven't experienced it as much as I hear a lot of other people do. It's when we do this, we're all talking from all over the country and all over the world. Excuse me. But when you come face to face with that person, it's like lost friend you haven't spoken to forever, and it's just cool when you finally get to meet that person face to face.
Right. Right.
It's kind of neat.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be so cynical about this stuff, because clearly I am, and go to a show, because I don't think in my area there is any. At least the model railroaders do, and I did go to a smaller convention center here in town, and all it was a market. It wasn't showing anything really. They had a train layout there, but it was small. It was interesting at the same time, but it was small. It wasn't a lot of stuff to see other than merchandise. There were just a bunch of people selling things. And you know what? I don't have the patience nor the room or the stability to have a model railroad layout.
That's tricky, because I can't imagine too many people would want to break down their setup to bring it someplace for only a weekend or day or two, and then have to tear it all down again.
Yeah,
that's a lot more elaborate than taking a plane model or something.
Yeah, but that would be true. That would be true, but I think I was more dismayed with the fact that it was just a lot of stuff that they were selling. And I mean stuff. It was like warehouse type stuff.
Yeah.
I can't appreciate that for not being in that part of the hobby. That's my point. So other than like taking the airplane or the spacecraft or whatever else, the car to somewhere, which is easier to do, that sort of thing, I don't think exists in my area. I don't think scale modeling in my area is a big deal. I really don't.
There's not an IPMS chapter there anywhere?
There probably is. There probably is. There is a scale modeling club, which is probably an hour's drive for me. They exist, but I did talk to a guy, and he said you wouldn't be interested in us because we're mostly model railroad.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so I can appreciate model railroading like anybody else, but I mean, what you guys are talking about are much more what will be my speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to Jersey. You know what? Jersey's just as far away as Louisville for me. I'm kind of halfway in between the two. So
really, I think they would be farther away.
Yeah. I'd say Wonderfest might be a little further away, but I wouldn't say by a lot. Maybe at most an hour.
Really?
Yeah, it's
the
big thing.
It's all interstate to get there, just the same in Jersey. Yeah, it's all interstate going there, just like going to Jersey. But the difference is I have to pay the interstate to get to Jersey.
Sure.
Yeah, like I say, it's the going to Kentucky is easy. It's the trip back in time you have to worry about.
The MS show in Pittsburgh in the spring, and it's in Allison Park, Pennsylvania.
Well, they call the middle of Pennsylvania Pennsyltucky.
Yeah, so, Pennsyltucky.
Pennsyltucky. So you got the two sides, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, which in between is Pennsyltucky. Yeah. Anyway, on that note. But on that note, it's illegal to marry your cousin in West Virginia, but not in Pennsylvania. Now figure on that. And so thanks for joining us. And tomorrow we're going to try to do the Sunday Hangout. I'm just learning this new Google stuff to create an event and actually deliver on it. So I'm sorry for the haphazard and late notice yesterday on the community. But if you enjoy watching our Hangouts and learning about our hobby and want to join the hobby, that'd be even better yet. We need more people. We need younger people. We don't need us old farts anymore. We need young people. You could go to my YouTube channel, YouTube channel, Scratch and Jack, and see the past Hangouts. And enjoy. I mean, and subscribe and watch and like. And if you have a question, I'll get to you. Okay. Tomorrow we'll have the Sunday Hangout, and we're going to do some stuff this year. Like the Halloween build is very popular in our community. I'm not even sure why Halloween is such a popular thing to build, but
I posted something this week about it. Are you planning on doing one this year?
Me? I
probably should talk to you before I posted the question of having amazing scale modelers Halloween build. But,
well, yeah, we do that every year. It just seems like something that I don't know, like a virus. It sticks around.
There just didn't seem to be a lot of responses, so I wasn't sure if there was going to be...
No, we'll have it. I mean, I can put an official announcement up, and I think it's time to do because, I mean, October will be here tomorrow. It almost seems like. And, yeah, I mean, what I'm probably going to end up doing is taking pictures of my past builds, taking nice pictures and posting them. Because last year I did the Bigfoot, and nobody's ever really seen it. So...
Did you finish
It's true about Bigfoot. No one's actually ever seen it.
Yeah, I did the Bigfoot last year, and nobody's ever seen it. I think I bought something else for a Halloween build.
That was skipped right off the pod.
There was one blurry photo, and that's it.
Yeah, I know what it was. It was the Munsters monster truck that I ended up doing, but I also did the Bigfoot. So nobody saw the Bigfoot. I'm going to use that for this year. But it needs to be dulled down. It looks like plastic. So Bigfoot looks like he's plastic. Anyway. Join us tomorrow, next week, in 2 weeks across the pond. Thank you for watching. Happy modeling, everyone. So long.